Okay, so I know some of you have been waiting for an updated adventure synchron list, but I haven't really been performing as good as I would hope. These past few locals I've been getting ninth flags, like just barely bubbling in, like oh my god, just the tiebreakers has not been kind. And I didn't feel like I should or should I not upload that list, but like it's not anything you guys haven't already seen before. It's not something that's like, oh, okay, this is a bit different. Like the only thing that's different from my build is that I play Double Faithful and I play Illegal Knight and Griffin because I just like the utility of it. But this build, I was testing it and I was like, oh, it seems pretty cool. Because at first it was like, okay, let me just throw it in. Let's see what happens. And then if you saw the gameplay, that was all basically just on one go. Like that was the game after match after match after match, and then I finally lost against Branded matchup, and they just puppet locked me. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I can't really do much about that. I didn't draw any Bistials. You can watch it after this video, or you can go ahead and watch that before, so you can understand a bit more as I talk about some of the things you could have done or some things you can implement. But before we get started, let me insert a promo. This will be my second order from these guys. I really like their t-shirts. You can get the basic tee bundle or the graphic tee bundle. This time I kept it simple and went with all black. But if you want, you have so many designs to choose from. Simply follow the link to get 10% off. Just like my first order, these fit incredible. They're super soft, super snug, and they're a bit stretchy, which they hug in the right areas. It's really nice. And they ship worldwide. And there you go. So go ahead and check them out. It'll help support the channel and it'll get you some cool clothes in the process. Let's get started. So you have a double starter synchron. This might change because of Chaos Space. It's a light, you can pitch up a Chaos Space. First you have your Revolution synchron. This one's, it'll vary. I'm still testing it, just based off theory. You know, it seems pretty cool. Assault might change because it's a dark and you want to pair with Chaos Space. And I guess hard opening it is not the worst, but I think I'll need to find like another way to kind of mitigate the issue of opening up multiple assaults. Otherwise it doesn't seem like it's worth it. I mean, maybe implementing Bistials, but then it'll just be into a Bistial. But I just wanted to implement just the Chaos Space. Oh, what does this do? Because we've tried with Bistials, right? Adventure Bistial and stuff like that. But I wanted to see what the Chaos Space and the Baby Dragons would do. And of course you have the Double Jet and you have your Wheel Synchron. It's a light. It works with Chaos Space. So if you draw, it's not the worst. You can just pitch it, you know. Pitch it for Faithful. Get the light in the graveyard. And then of course you have your Trail. These are quite important. Without these two, it's a bit weird because you mainly play this for Drool. Like it's just convenient in the sense that I'm trying the Chaos Space, but it actually just has synergy with Chaos Space. And Trail it's super important. It's not like you're adding Synchron World where it's like viewing it in the same perspective. It's not the same. Whereas this is like part of this engine, you know? And then you need things to pair with your Synchron, right? You need to pair with this. Right? You play with this, your Enchantress, and then Illegal Knight. Illegal Knight gets better because it's a dark. And it pairs with Chaos Space. This guy is what the heck? It actually is pretty good because sometimes you have Chaos Space and you have no light or dark. But the moment you have access to this gives you access to this, right? And it's the dark that you're missing for Chaos Space. And then of course Griffin. And then of course you have your Chaos Space targets, right? You have your Sarvis because I wasn't playing this at first, but then I was like, why not? It basically makes Chaos Space even better because it can search for protection, you know? Then you have your Illusion, you have your Souls, and then of course you have your Baby Dragons. It's like a small package. It's like something you just messing around with. It seems cool. Searching this with Chaos Space, having Herald be able to search either of these, pretty good. And then this is basically kind of replacing Tengu in a way, because it gives you access to non-tuners, like it floats. Because usually what happens with Tengu is, the moment you synchro with Tengu, you sometimes miss out on the third Tengu or even the second, because you summon so many synchrons. Whereas this lets you not miss any of that, so you just you synchro with the first one, right? And then you search the second one, and then yeah, it's just more non-tuners basically that replenish themselves. And then of course you have your hand traps. You play double Lash, double Draw, and Veiler. At first, I was not playing this. I was playing only 3 of this because it was a light. But these are quite impactful at the moment. So I just had to play them, you know. This is insane right now. Ash, Veiler, just, I guess, I wouldn't say it's the best one, but it just has the most synergy with the deck because of Chaos Space. And then you have the card in question. Triple Chaos Space. It's pretty cool. Like, if you saw the gameplay, you saw the replays, you saw how this can be utilized. And I just showed you guys what you can search with it. Whether we keep this in the deck, I'm not too sure. It's just theory, just testing. And then, of course, you have your double overtake and you have your double tuning. This is going to be a 40 card build. There's a few cards that I wanted to cut, but the difference within this approach is I'm not really fussed about going over 40, but for the video, I wanted to ensure that I can have access to this as efficient as possible, which required me to keep the deck at 40, because I wanted to see what this provided, like how impactful is this card. And in order for me to figure that out, I needed to see it as often as possible to then later implement it in a higher card count build, right? Because then I know what it can provide and whether it's worth playing. And so far, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot, because that means playing this in a higher card count deck, it earned its spot and the reason to go above 40. Because that means I can bump this up again as well. I can bump this up again, and I can bump up the hand traps. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm so far I'm a fan of this so far. And then, of course, you have your adventure stuff, you have your rights, you have your faithful, and you have your Draco back. I normally play 2, but once again, I wanted to see what the deck did with this, you know. But I'm not sure if I should actually bump it up to 2, because this gets you to a dark, you know. It gets you to a legal night, and like opening up these 2 is pretty good. So I might go back up to 2, but for now, I just wanted to see this. And of course, I didn't forget these guys. Illumination for Stardust, Foolish, basically anything you want. You can send Enchantress, any of your Synchrons. You can even send a Wheel Synchron to level module. Send Jet, you know, it's pretty cool. And that's 40 flat. Extra deck, you have your Herald, you have your Excel. This becomes so much better because you can search 2 things. It's so cool. Jet Warrior, Junk Spear, TG, Charge, Riser. Riser is pretty important because it's a light and you want light and darks. Stardust, Excel, so Charge Dragon. And of course, you have like your boss monsters, you have your Omega, you have your Crystal Wing, Satellite, Insane, Baron, Dispatter, Crimson, and Token for sure. Shout out to Yoshi. But yeah, these are like the main guys. This is what you basically make. The extra is basically the same, but I noticed that this guy's more important because it is a light. And sometimes you need to like tribute him off or synchro him off and then get the light in your graveyard to summon your baby dragons. But it's just a theory, something I was testing this past few days, and yeah. Go ahead and give it a shot. Let me know if you have any other ideas, because this is interesting for sure. And that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.